So there was an article released on the Mirror today that said, no Doctor Who special this Christmas, but new series will start New Year's Day. Now let's look into the actual validity of this. Does this seem like it's real? Well, it's not officially from the BBC, but there is some merit to this. So first of all, let's look at the timeline. So this time last year, we were already into the new series of Doctor Who, and it had wrapped filming early August, and started 2 months later, almost on the dot, early October. So we just wrapped filming mid-November, which in theory puts us in line for a mid-January release date. That's what I thought. But this article claims that it will be starting on New Year's Day. And in fact, it's such a short article that I'll even just read the whole thing to you. Doctor Who fans face a Christmas without their favorite show, with no festive special planned for the second year running. But there is some good news. The long-awaited 12th series is due to start on New Year's Day, with one of the biggest episodes in the show's history. Insiders say the first installment of a two-parter starring Jodie Whittaker is one of the most ambitious ever attempted. A BBC One source said, "It's going to be huge. The scale is just epic. No one will be disappointed." Whittaker and her time-traveling pals Bradley Walsh as Graham O'Brien, Tosin Cole as his grandson, Ryan Sinclair, and Mandip Gill as Yasmin Khan will all return for the new 10-part run. Then it goes down a little bit here, and we get just a little bit more information. And this is the important part. The second half of this story is then expected to air on January 4th, as the series shifts back to its traditional Saturday evening tea time slot. So basically what this means, if this is true, is that, well, it's back on a Saturday, which is, for me, good news, but I'm not going to really get into that here. But that's interesting because, you know, it tried out a season on Sunday, and it seemed to be going over pretty well. It might be switching back to a Saturday, but everything here is not officially from the BBC. It's from the Mirror. But the important thing here is the Mirror has gotten multiple things right last season. I always heard people saying, oh, it's the Mirror, don't listen to them. And I understood that, and it made sense. But then a lot of the things that they talked about ended up happening. They said there wasn't going to be a Christmas special, and there wasn't one. There was a couple of things. I believe they actually said that it was going to switch to a Sunday, and it did. And there was maybe one or two other things that they said. And there may have been numerous ones that they did mention that did not end up happening. But what I'm getting at here is that this may be somewhat credible because they have been right about this stuff in the past. Now, granted, take everything here with as many grains of salt as you can, because it's not officially from the BBC. And we only know it for sure if it's officially from the BBC, but there might actually be some merit to what they are saying. And that I find to be particularly interesting. So what this would mean is that between January 1st and January 4th, we're going to get the first 2 episodes of the season, a 2-parter, and it's supposed to be incredible, bigger than the show's ever been, basically, although that's not word for word what they've said. So that's very interesting. I remain somewhat skeptical, but I have to acknowledge this could be legit. This could be when Doctor Who is returning. It might be New Year's Day, and that would mean that we are about, I think, 43 days out, which is amazing. It would be, I think, be returning on a Wednesday, which so soon, just over 6 weeks' time. I would be super happy about that. And apparently a 2-part episode to kick off the season. That's also really exciting. I think that's a great way to start a new season. There's a little bit more here at the bottom, but it's not really important stuff that really pertains to the release date of Series 12. So yeah, I think that there could be something here. I would not be surprised if we find out that this is true. I also wouldn't be surprised if it turns out it's not true whatsoever. What do you think? Do you think that there's validity to this or not? I'm still not quite sure. I definitely think it's close in the time period. It might start mid-January or even late January, but I definitely think it's close. And there was also this picture that was released recently. It is a list of 20 winter dramas to look forward to, and it brings up Doctor Who, suggesting that Doctor Who will be back in the wintertime, which means that it airing in January is perfectly lining up with the timeline. This all makes sense to me. It's going to air in January. I don't see it happening any other way. I mean, it might end up getting delayed somehow. That seems pretty unlikely. It seems to be on schedule. I would be surprised if we don't get it in January. It really, really looks like that's going to happen. Whether or not it starts on the 1st, whether or not it's on a Saturday, how that all plays out, I don't really know. I am kind of expecting there to be a special on the 1st, though, because, well, that's how Doctor Who has always operated. Doctor Who has always had a yearly special. and 2018 was the first time that there wasn't one because it was pushed to New Year's. They decided deliberately to do it on New Year's Day, and regardless of what you think of that choice, that is a shift up, a change in what's going on. So it's possible that things are getting shifted up this time. It's possible there's going to be no special. It's possible that it is going to start on January 1st with the first episode of the season, like it says, which would be an interesting choice and would actually mean we're getting one less episode, but that's whatever. So yeah, what do you think about this? I think there's definitely some validity here. On a level, it does make sense. The timeline makes sense. It's starting on the 1st makes sense. Maybe it going to Saturday doesn't make sense. I'm not really sure. What do you think? Be sure to let me know. That's all I have to discuss is basically this brand new image that we have of Jodie, which is lovely, and the release date that was given by The Mirror. Now, whether The Mirror is right or not will remain to be seen. We're going to be getting something on this Saturday, and we'll see what that is. Hopefully, it'll give us a confirmed release date. That would be absolutely awesome. But what do you think about this? Be sure to let me know. That's all for today. Second video of the day because news waits for nobody. So here we are. Yes, that's all for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and have a lovely week.